Hey guys, so we are here in Austria. We're in sunny Vienna. It's such a privilege to be here today. Advantage Austria actually brought us out here to parlay some of the up and coming startups. We're actually at the college campus for WU, the Business and Economics School. That's right, it's an absolutely glorious campus. They have beautiful buildings that were actually commissioned by so many amazing architects, some by likes of Sahir Hadid, that's right. It's actually the actual anniversary of her passing today. So it's very timely that we're here in Vienna at this campus today. I'm also here to meet with some of the people that are really championing innovation and development here at this college campus. It's such an incubator now for entrepreneurship, and we're going to learn about what programs they have. They have one particular one called I2C, that's right. It's an incubator, if you will, kind of entrepreneur program. We're going to learn about it here today. I can't wait for that. We're also going to meet some of the startups that are coming out of this college, so I can't wait to bring that to you. So in 2011, 2.8 billion was invested into the startup space here in Europe. In 2016, that actually skyrocketed to 13 billion. 13 billion people, that's just astonishing. So we're here today to find out what is happening in Europe. Why is this such surge and so much capital and VC money? We're here in Vienna at the moment. Advantage Austria has brought us here. Thank you, Advantage Austria. It's such an honor to be here. We're going to meet with some of these truly inspiring startups. Some are at the idea stage, some are at the full product completion stage. We're going to meet them in all cycles of their journey, and I can't wait to bring their stories to you. So let's get started. These are the buildings, the different designs.
We will walk through it, you will see.
Oh,
So
fantastic.
that black one here is the Executive Academy. So people can come here and do MBA, I think, right?
MBA.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Especially from Eastern Europe, Vienna establishes itself more and more as a business hub, and also
From
Great,
Eastern
where you
Europe,
come.
nice.
where you come to actually also get a postgraduate degree.
The postgraduate degree from Vienna is one of the best in Europe. Got this Triple Crown accreditation only 2 years ago, and only 50 business schools worldwide have this accreditation.
Oh, wow.
So this is kind of something.
Kind of a big deal,
They also-
guys.
exactly.
Kind of a big deal, yes.
They
I like it. And,
advertise with that a lot. So
and this is not part of it though, this is a hotel.
That's a hotel.
Okay, so not this, these are
this
the...
hotel was here before.
Got
So
it.
these are the series all universities, whereas this is the Sigmund Freud University.
Oh, the
for,
Sigmund Freud University.
Psychology. It's a private university.
Awesome.
So
Right.
Psychoanalytics.
psychology.
Yeah.
Ah.
So here we are. Maybe this is
Yes.
just pay attention to
Yes.
the plan briefly.
Beautiful. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah. Come in here, Executive Academy, Sigmund Freud University that Florian
Yeah.
pointed out. And you see the whole thing is laid out in a campus style. So this is all made to meet people here in between these different buildings.
Every color block is from a different architect. So you have this green building, which is actually back there.
Can you place it here?
It tells you a little bit about them.
This is it.
Oh, nice.
It tells you which one it is.
This is so sophisticated. I could have used that on my first day
See
here.
what happens when you graduate? Things suddenly
The
become...
shift that you can see.
This,
That's
I think
awesome.
this is new. I haven't seen it.
that's new, yeah.
Well, let's have a look.
Let's have a look.
Oh, check it out. It's amazing. That is really super cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Cause you're a sky full of stars. I'm gonna give you my heart. Cause you're a sky full of stars. Cause you light up the park. I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. Cause in the sky full of stars, I think I saw you.
Ruth is the head of the...
Cause you get lighter the more it gets dark. I'm gonna give you my heart.
Yes, then it's you, yes.
I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. Cause in a sky full of stars.
I'm really happy that you're here with us, and thanks for this initiative. And we're happy to show you what's happening at the universities in Vienna and Austria with regards to startups. So that's me, I'm Robert.
I'm Luke Kingma. I'm one of the partners at Futurism. We're a New York-based media company that learns about transformative and exponential technologies, so AI, robotics, additive manufacturing, AR, VR, blockchain, etc. Thanks for having us.
My name is Michael. I'm the editor-in-chief at Startup Grind, one of the world's largest entrepreneurship communities. We have chapters in about 250 cities, and I think there's even one here in Vienna. And also co-founder of a startup agency called Mimo, which builds high-tech software products. Good for you. First time.
Very cool. My name is January Barnes, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of ParlayMe. ParlayMe is a PR platform for startups, entrepreneurs, and investors. So we're here to meet a lot of your startups here in Vienna, parlay them to the world. We do a lot of video content, and we also connect startups with investors. So we're kind of a matchmaking platform as well.
And you're with her.
And yeah, this is my videographer. The video's there, don't worry, this will only be seen by a few 100,000 people. No, this is
Natural.
Founder of the Tubing Incubator, and I have the opportunity actually to learn a little bit more what we're doing and what we established at Tubing with regard to innovation and entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship.
fantastic.
Georg Frühlinger, I'm from the Außenwirtschaftscenter, Außenwirtschaftsbüro San Francisco, which is the Austrian Trade Commission, as you guys know. And my colleague Florian and I were asked to find some awesome journalists or PR-related people, which we have done, and to bring them here in order to, in connection with the Pioneers Festival, so they can check out the festival. But the main goal is to really present Austria, Vienna, and the startup scene here in more detail. So we're really glad to be here with you all guys.
Yeah, thank you for putting this all together. It's amazing so far.
I'm Victor from the Extrovert, and we bring the fun of video games to the real world. It's not like Pokemon Go. I think I would let you know a bit more a bit later.
Hello, my name is Tobias Huber. I'm the founder of Uber Scientific, and we build test stations for fundamental research for functional ceramics, and I will explain later what it is.
I'm Miriam. I'm actually here with Victor for Exploit, but I do crowdfunding campaigns in general for Austrian startups.
Hi, I'm Martin. I'm Rick Rudolph, so I'm the program manager of the Entrepreneurship Center here at the
Yes, my name is Inka, and I'm the communication manager of the community.
Cool. I'm Henry. I am a co-founder at Mimo, which is basically an app that teaches you how to code, hack, and do all sorts of computer-related stuff in a fun way on the go. But we'll see some more about that later.
I'm Marcus, Managing Director of Austrian Startups, which is the non-profit association in Austria that supports and promotes startups.
And I'm Jean-Baptiste. I'm a principal analyst at Affluent Research in Silicon Valley. And I cover particularly IoT, AI, VR, AR, and I write the technology innovation column.
Cool. So let's get started. 'Cause you light up the park.
Like 5 hours?
Yeah. 5.5. You're between and lunch.
Just a bit. prepare yourselves.
Yeah.
Until they are fainting, and then we'll pop them out with some Stelze pork knuckles. Something light for lunch.
You will love it. Yeah. So don't worry if you bite, you know.
So any plans for late afternoon or going to bed after this? Okay. So what we've got for you today is two university-related initiatives. We've got Marcus from the Austrian community of startups, and we've put together three pretty cool startups for you, so you see what's happening in and around Vienna. So let's start with WU Gründungszentrum or the WU Entrepreneurship Center. Actually, this is where we are right now. I'd like to mention that actually this university is the largest business university in Europe. We have roughly 22,000 students here. And one thing that I really like to mention is that we are only one in 74 universities worldwide holding the Triple Crown accreditation of EQUIS, AACSB, and EMA. So this is where we are, and this campus is rather brand new. It was opened in August 2013, so it still feels pretty new and fresh to us, and we are all very happy to be here because the former building was more like a bunker, so this is much better where we are now. When it comes to entrepreneurship, we do have an academic institute offering entrepreneurship education, and this space is the latest addition to the entrepreneurship activities of WU Vienna. This space was opened 1.5 years ago, 1 week before Christmas in 2015. And actually this place is supposed to be like the central place to go to if you like to get in touch with the topic of entrepreneurship. So we are very much focused on like raising awareness and nudging students to basically start thinking about the career option of starting their own business. Because business university means that most of our students are dreaming of the great career with big consulting companies or investment banking firms or banking and finance. And you know, we are a bit like the pirates and trying to convince students to think about doing their own thing and creating a career for themselves. So our activities are based on 4 pillars, very importantly providing inspiration, providing information on like how can I get started, where do I get support, what can I do, providing support, mostly in the form of individual feedback that we're offering in here, and networking opportunities. So basically we define our role or see ourselves as the interface between the university and the existing outside startup ecosystem. So basically when a student comes by and says, okay, how are those guys from Austrian startups? Can I go to their meetings and meetups? And then we say, yes, they're friendly guys, just go there. Or when they ask, how is this I2C from TU Vienna, can I go there? And would they be nice to me? And then we say, no, being a student, you must not go to TU. No. But basically, it's very oftentimes it's pretty simple questions people are asking, and we're trying to be there and help them. When it comes to like the events and the formats that we are offering, like we have this weekly founders advice. This is where people with ideas or with no ideas or with a project or with a startup can come by and talk to us, and we try to help them. We have a monthly event which is called the Startup Day. This is a little bit like a little fair. This is where we invite 10, 12 startups from a specific industry, and the idea is to provide the startups with the opportunity to present themselves here on the campus to our students. And on the other hand, like we are telling students, hey, come to the next Startup Day on IoT, for example, and have a look of what kind of cool, innovative projects are going on in Vienna. Like the topics that we featured this year were education technologies last November. We have female entrepreneurship, impact entrepreneurship, IoT, and food. And actually, the food startups are most popular because we're next to the members. People come by and eat snails, for example, which is a great highlight of the last startup. Then we have regular entrepreneurs talks. This is basically a founders talk format where entrepreneurs are telling their personal story about the motivation why they became an entrepreneur and what they're doing. And together with Birgit and her team, we are organizing joint forces. And here the idea is that on the one hand, startups from the tech university come here and pitch their ideas so they can meet business students, and on the other hand, like our startup projects have the opportunity to pitch at technical university so they can meet tech guys. So this is about like building bridges between the two universities. It's going great, isn't it? Good.
Maybe a short addition to that, which I find interesting, the difference between the US and Europe.
Yes.
We talked about this.
Yeah.
Or you want to talk?
That's a very important thing.
Yeah, and we talked about this in the subway. That in the US, you have the campus-style kind of university model, where you have basically different schools collocated together at one campus. Like take Stanford, for example, as like one of the very known universities. But all the universities, no matter how ranked, they usually have this kind of style where all different schools are collocated together, which is easier for the students then to get in touch with students from other disciplines and connect and have basically this interdisciplinary exchange. Vienna is kind of the counter example with like huge business university there, a big technology university, biotech university, veterinarian, artists. So we have kind of these little silos, or like big silos in this case. And so initiatives like Birgit's and Moodles are very important in order to bridge that physical gap that exists between the university and still bring the students together.
Yeah. So enabling cross-disciplinary collaboration in Vienna does not only mean that you have to bridge the different disciplines, which happens to be pretty challenging itself, but it's also cross-university, and that's fun. So when it comes to what has happened in here since the start in December 2015, we had way more than 150 events in here with more than 5,000 visitors, and these are like the most important KPIs for us, like how many people can we reach out to, like how many people get in touch with the topic of entrepreneurship. And we have a pretty cool Facebook page. And,
yes, I see.
And if you like to take your mobile phone and look up the Gründungszentrum and like it, or we can see it immediately. So it's instant feedback, and it's like a week. We've got this for a week, and we love this.
For 1 week?
What do you say you had it for 1 week?
Yes, this
Really?
The display.
Yes!
That's awesome!
It's the display they have for 1 week now, and so you can see and observe.
Don't be shy, just
I'm logging on now.
Okay. Like what we are doing here in the Gründungszentrum is to a pretty large extent focused on our business students. Furthermore, we are also engaged in bringing the different silos together. So a number of years ago, 4 years ago, we started an initiative which is called the Entrepreneurship Center Network. And the idea behind the Entrepreneurship Center Network is to provide a platform where the different universities and disciplines can come together with the same things like raising awareness of entrepreneurship as a career path, and bringing students together and providing a platform where they can start sharing ideas and collaborate with each other. Right now there are 6 of the 9 public universities in Vienna part of the ECN, so it's the Technical University, the Arts University, the Medical University, the Veterinary Medicine University, the University of Life Sciences and Natural Resources, and our university is the Entrepreneurship Avenue. The Entrepreneurship Avenue happens to be already the largest student-focused entrepreneurship event series all over Europe. The program consists of 5 workshops where students can come together and start working on their projects, and the final conference. And the conference this year took place 2 weeks ago on the 12th of May. And this year we had 1,500 visitors to the conference from 50 different nations and from more than 60 or 70 different universities. And during the lab series that started at the end of March, we had more than 50 student startup teams starting to work on their projects. And like, to me, I think it's important to mention that the Entrepreneurship Avenue is not like a classic startup event or conference. I think it's also like in its DNA there's a large proportion of like entrepreneurship education. So the idea is, like in Vienna, we have 180,000 students. And if you have a look into the curricula, you see that only 1% of them, or maybe 2% of them, actually have the opportunity to take some kind of entrepreneurship class during their studies. So we said, okay, what can we do about this? It's pretty challenging to like talk to all universities, so they add entrepreneurship into the curricula. So we said, okay, let's develop and offer such an open program. So the program is open to students from all universities, and it's about like getting them in touch with entrepreneurship. But furthermore, the program is designed in a way that even projects who really want to take the project to the next level get support and the quality that they can really get started. A cool feature of the Avenue is that it's student-focused and it's for students and from students. So there's a bunch of highly motivated students. Like this year we had a team of 37 students who are actually organizing this whole program and talking to sponsors and putting the whole program together.
You're a sky, 'cause you're a sky full of
34,000 inhabitants in Liechtenstein, as you can imagine, but they do have a university. And I was an appointed assistant professor there in Liechtenstein and implemented a competence center on my research background. And then I returned to Vienna, to my home base, the Vienna University of Technology. And actually the Faculty of Informatics, because my background is business informatics. And I was given the opportunity to set up something around innovation and entrepreneurship at TU. And this something was exactly specified like this. So I said, okay, well, what's my budget? Was a bad question to ask. It's your position, no budget. But you can do whatever you want to. So I got the mandate that I can definitely develop and act what I think is a good thing, and especially bringing back home from my international gained knowledge, what's happening out there. And what I also realized, what was still missing out there at many universities. So I started off with a launch in 2012, and back then it was still an initiative of the faculty. So it was named Informatics Innovation Center. And from there, I don't want to tell everything on this, raising awareness, to educate based on internal entrepreneurship at the technical university, to connect with the network, not only mentorship, but also international and national investors, founders, and to innovate in terms of really bringing our research results happening and the patents and licenses from TU Wien into the market. Of course, there's people in there, especially when they really come already with their own ideas and projects they want to follow up on. This team consists most likely of students from different universities, so they are participating in a way of it, but the one really applying for it is currently from TU. Just to introduce our students to the way in the US things are handled with regard to financing. So I'm always putting actually our students on the spot to never forget where they ask for things, where they are, and to really think about the culture that's implemented with that and comes along with that as well. So huge differences, and always kind of nice to see when we first are lectured on how it's happening in Austria and in Europe, and then bringing the US viewpoint or the Asian viewpoint, and all of a sudden, especially the US people tell them, whatever you have heard so far, you can immediately forget it. That's all bullshit. Because it's done differently, and then they start from 0 on, and they have to actually readjust themselves to make a distinction what's going to happen here. Also for this 3-semester long education in entrepreneurship, we conclude with a diploma demo day.
So where they present or pitch their startup ideas, early stage startup ideas in front of investors and funding agencies. So really the first start into the market and first knowledge in that. So researchers. So for our researchers at TU Wien, to give them the opportunity to have a bootcamp style workshop. It's really bootcamp style, it's 3 intensive days. One of the participants from last year is sitting back there and will present later on. So it's really their first contact, what to do with the research results. We have so many publicly funded research results in hands, and what to do with it, help them, what kind of business models actually you could apply, what niche, what fields, where, what to do with it. And that's the first contact, and to introduce them to an alternative career path as well. That's how it looks like. The format is that I select 10 projects for a Start Academy, and over the 3 days they are confronted or have the opportunity actually to discuss and challenge their ideas and have a really one-to-one mentoring with 30, in total 30 mentors at this time. So they really rediscuss and challenge it quite a bit and get input on the business model, get input on pitching, of course, get input on finances, and also on how to use the opportunities of our public funding environment we have in Austria, which is very well compared to international standards.
For inviting me to be here. It's great to meet you all. Hope we'll have the chance to talk a little more later when we finally get to lunch. I'm Henry Mesiter. I'm a co-founder at Mimo. Mimo is an app startup, and we teach people how to code, how to hack, how to do all these things that we consider skills of the future in a way that people of today can actually work with. And the problem, we think, is that the way we are being educated, or the way we improve ourselves today, is kind of broken. It doesn't fit into our everyday lives. It doesn't meet our needs in terms of the attention spans that we have are becoming so short that we're getting bored very quickly and kind of just just stop doing or stop listening. And the solution, we think, we're very sure about, is that there is a way to learn today. There is a way to keep learning, and that's sort of mixing what games are doing so well with the world of education, which has been like the way it is for hundreds of years, really. And the solution in the coding space and the skills of the future is Mimo. So I want to encourage you to later on download, go to the App Store if you have an iPhone, get Mimo app whenever you're bored, even now maybe. Just do something that is both meaningful and fun. We kind of just to wrap it up, we break these sorts of concepts that there are, like cybersecurity, like creating a website, creating an app, all these things into super tiny bits that are always interactive and always fun to complete, but still give you the insights of what we're trying to explore. And the module that we have is sort of very basic now. We have a bunch of in-house authors, a bunch of external contributors that we work with to create courses. We call them, but they're actually really about outcomes. Like create this, do this, and then we just throw them all in one app that teaches you everything and sort of tries to create a habit of learning. So whenever you have a few moments of idle time, whenever feeling that you have a moment, that's the trigger for Mimo. And it's really quite about numbers. Here's the subscription fees, and it's a subscription model. But what's really cool about it is that we're reaching a lot of people. A lot of people who use our product actually buy it and actually go for the subscription.
and a lot of people actually complete the courses. That's something that like all education technology startups struggle with, and especially like all the big ones. If you look at Codecademy, if you look at edX, Coursera, you name it, they're all struggling with course completion. Like they have course completion rates of about 3%. And so that's something we're doing really well now. Like we're now also growing very fast. We're starting with user acquisition, all that. We'll see that here. Like when we started, I was still in school. Like I was in this school. We started during school. Like created this little prototype that taught the programming language Swift in a what we thought was a fun way, and very quickly. We had over 1 million downloads, which sort of told us that this is something, and led us to consider the idea of actually doing this full time. And then we did. We started to work on something that would allow us, like a course builder that would allow us to create all different sorts of courses. Because when we started, we all wrote this like hand by hand and in a text editor. And then we got into the TechStars program, which is an accelerated program, moved to Berlin for a while, and then together at TechStars and like building the product, refining it, and then we launched it in August or early September of last year. Pretty successfully, like also got sort of a bust, like which actually was like this huge spike, and then it's like, okay, now we have to start working. And we started to work, we started to raise money, and we recently completed our first round of 500K from, interestingly, the Austrian investors. Like we're fundraising all over Berlin and like Germany, because that's where we were at the time. And then through some like weird coincidences, we got to meet like a bunch of really cool dudes. The founder of Buzu, it's like a language learning app, the founders of Fantastic, who all had like a lot of expertise in these topics. So we went for those, and now we're in the stage of basically building our investment case for the next round. So we're trying to get the numbers right, we're trying to get user acquisition right. We're now like increasing our marketing budget and like building a case for a subsequent round of significantly more, obviously. So the learning market this is like this vanity metric graph. It says like this Pokeball is where we are now, and then it's going to take off, right? Just real quick, like we're both we're four co-founders now, a team of 10, but 2 of us have graduated from schools in Vienna, like me here at BU, my friend over at the Technical University, and I can only like encourage you and like all of the Austrian universities to work together. Like this is something we've struggled with so much. Like I meant like these are basically random people to a large part. Like I didn't meet them through university, or I didn't meet them through like any events that would come out of the universities. Like we met basically just randomly at like through different circumstances. Like so that's really important. And that's me. Any other talk to me later or something, or now if you have questions.
Yeah. What would you say are the main reasons why your course completion rate is so much higher than the Codecademy's? Obviously, part of it is probably scale, but is there something? What's fundamentally different about your platform than the competitive set?
I mean, fundamental difference is that we are at this point mobile only, and our courses, our topics and skills that we cover are tailored to mobile use. So a lesson on Mimo doesn't take longer than 60 seconds to complete. So there is not a chance that you can't fit this into your day. And you kind of, just sort of breaking it down into super tiny bits and making it fun as well is I think the major reason for that. And plus, obviously, also we're a paid product, so you can't can't compare it one to one. You know, like of course people like who just check out Coursera or because it's mainly free if you don't want a degree, just don't use it anymore.
Got it. And how many lessons do you say it requires to achieve some level of like competency?
A couple hundred, really.
Yeah.
Like, but it's something that if you want to, and like that's something we're really seem to be nailing. That we're getting the people to form a habit out of this. So you know, everybody has these moments every day, and everybody tends to waste them with social media or things that provide instant gratification. I mean, like Game of War, for example. Man, like this is. They're making millions a month because they're reaching people during these exact moments, right? Yeah, that's
cool. Awesome.
That answers your question.
Cool. And then, what kinds of topics do you cover now, and where do you see yourselves moving in the future?
So now we cover, like, we have skills on the most common programming languages, like pretty much all of them, and now we're building something we call tracks. We just launched that today. It's basically more outcome based. It's like make a website, make an app, become a hacker, automate tasks, all these different things, and that we're going to stay in the technology field for the time being, because we believe that this is one of the most important fields for the future, and the one that we definitely have a recipe for. So we're going to continue that path. We're going to be able, like what we're currently not achieving yet, and what we're going to achieve is we're going to be the full service kind of business for getting yourself into technology and actually going from zero to an actual product that, for example, like it depends on your goals, but if you want like things that really improve your life, if you want to build an app, if you want to make a website for yourself, or you want to make a living out of this.
I love your passion for what you're doing. I think it's brilliant. It came through really well, and that's what we really look for at ParlayMe. So congratulations.
So you got one feature already.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's really good to see, and obviously it came from a place. I don't know your story, personal story, but did you have a frustration, like with learning yourself? Like you're like, I just need to solve this. Like, how did that come about?
Yeah.
A bit like that, or was it?
Yeah.
Your story.
Was that?
So how did you get into this world of learning and wanting to change the way people learn? Was it something you struggled with yourself? Yes. And also, I'd love to know kind of what's your target demo for this? Who are you looking to reach, and who are you reaching?
I mean, at the moment we're going for the lowest hanging fruits because we still need to make this like you need to prove that this is an actual business.
Right.
I mean, we proved that to some degree, but like we're still losing money as we're keeping hiring, keep growing, and so.
Is it a younger?
Yes, young
demo?
adults, 18, 35, mainly U.S.
Right.
And mainly male.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, the gamification makes sense and the target. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you. I really enjoyed it.
So thanks for being here.
Thanks to Olaf for hosting.
Yes.
This special package, the Startup Guide Vienna, a Gründungszentrum, Coffee Cup, and the European Startup Monitor Country Report Austria. And I will ask the questions after you've read this. So that will be the exam situation. And furthermore, we have a great tradition in the Gründungszentrum because we have actually an analogous guestbook. So we'd like to take an instant camera picture with you.
Yes.
And we'd be happy if all of you signed our guestbook. And so thanks for joining us. Thanks to Birgit and Marcus and
yes, thank you.
And enjoy the rest of your stay in beautiful, sunny Vienna.
I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. Cause in the sky full of stars, I think I saw you.
Australian.
Spread the love, spread the
Cause you get lighter the more it gets dark. I'm gonna give you my heart.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's very Austrian.
Oh, that's very. You don't get them anywhere. Fries. Fries. I like what they've done with it. You know. Put it on the plate.
Oh yes.
Oh my god!
And we
rolled off the plane.